In everything that can be called art, there's a quality of redemption. It may be pure tragedy if it is high tragedy, and it may be pity and irony, and it may be the raucous laughter of the strong man. But down these mean streets a man must go who is not himself mean, who's neither tarnished nor afraid. The detective in this kind of story must be such a man. He is the hero, he is everything. He must be a complete man and a common man and yet an unusual man. He must be, to use a rather weathered phrase, a man of honor, by instinct, by inevitability, without thought of it, and certainly without saying it. He must be the best man in his world and a good enough man for any world. I do not care much about his private life. He is neither a eunuch nor a satyr. I think he might seduce a duchess, and I'm quite sure he would not spoil a virgin. If he is a man of honor in one thing, he is that in all things. He is a relatively poor man, or he would not be a detective at all. He is a common man, or he could not go among common people. He has a sense of character, or he would not know his job. He will take no man's money dishonestly, and no man's insolence without a due and dispassionate revenge. He is a lonely man, and his pride is that you will treat him as a proud man, or be very sorry you ever saw him. He talks as a man of his age talks, that is, with rude wit, a lively sense of the grotesque, a disgust for sham, and a contempt for pettiness. The story is this man's adventure in search of hidden truth, and it would be no adventure if it did not happen to a man fit for adventure. He has a range of awareness that startles you, but it belongs to him by right, because it belongs to the world he lives in. If there were enough like him, the world would be a safe place to live in, without becoming too dull to be worth living in. Hi everyone, Jim here for Mystery and Mayhem. The words you just heard were written by Raymond Chandler for his short essay, The Simple Art of Murder. With that short essay, Raymond Chandler established a template for most private eyes to come after his own Philip Marlowe. Raymond Chandler, along with Carol John Daly and Dashiell Hammett, helped create within the pages of Black Mask magazine an entirely new genre of mystery fiction, an exclusively American style, the hard-boiled private eye story. Their motivation, as Chandler put it, speaking about Hammett's work, was to take murder out of the parlor and put it back into the streets where it belonged. Chandler was born in 1888 and didn't publish his first story until he was in his late 40s, Blackmailers Don't Shoot, which was published in Black Mask magazine in 1933. His first published novel was The Big Sleep, published in 1939. Chandler wrote 7 novels in total. The Big Sleep in 1939, Farewell, My Lovely, The High Window, The Lady in the Lake, The Little Sister, The Long Goodbye, and his final novel, Playback. His short fiction was initially published in 2 books, The Simple Art of Murder and Killer in the Rain. All of his short stories can be found in this Everyman's Library edition, the collected stories with all his short fiction. And that's just a beautiful, beautiful volume of all his short fiction. There's also another one with all his novels, which I don't have. This is the only Everyman's Library edition that I own, and it just happens to be Raymond Chandler, which is appropriate. Now, there's some pastiche short fiction, which you can find in this Raymond Chandler's Philip Marlowe, A Centennial Celebration, and there's some fantastic short Philip Marlowe stories in that volume. And you can also learn more about Raymond Chandler in this biography by Tom Heine. And about Raymond Chandler's time in Hollywood in this book, Raymond Chandler in Hollywood by Al Clark. Both great reads, and it'll give you a little bit more insight into the writer Raymond Chandler and his character Philip Marlowe. Raymond Chandler died in 1959 soon after publishing his last novel, but he'll be forever remembered as being an innovator and forefather of the genre we know as hard-boiled private eye fiction. His impact on mystery fiction to this day is immeasurable. He's influenced writers from Ross MacDonald's New Archer series to Robert B. Parker, Walter Mosley, Sue Grafton, Lauren D. Estleman, all the way up to Michael Connelly and Robert Cray. He's also one of the few writers who have influenced the cultural landscape of an entire city, that city being Los Angeles. So that's just a quick overview of Raymond Chandler and his character Philip Marlowe. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care. We'll see you soon. Keep reading.